Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of AltadenaTalks. This is our 140th episode, and I am one of your co hosts, Brian Box.
And I am Jamal Smith, another co host. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Our third co host is on assignment in her bed, healing. As many of you heard yesterday when she was on the show, she was a little under the weather and it kind of got a little worse overnight. So she's recovering. We wish her a quick recovery so she can return to interviewing folks and doing all that great stuff that we have on the show. Yet, can you believe it? We're 10 shows away from season 3. Season 4, my bad.
What side?
It's hard
when you can't make it, you and
when your joints are too stiff.
right.
That's funny. So we're gonna jump in. I'm gonna do the slides, the presentations, the announcements, and so forth, and then I'm going to, I'm gonna jump off real quick. One of my children.
Good morning, Marcus. How are you today?
What up, Marky Marks?
Welcome to the show, Tracy Anderson and
Hi, Trace.
Andres 336.
Yes. Good morning, all.
Good
So then, yeah,
morning, Vietnam.
I gotta jump off, get one of my kids. One of them made the volleyball team, so they started practice today at the high school. So I gotta pick her up in a minute.
Raise the roof.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. Oops, let's do this. We take
You
this
know,
off.
just go. I'll do all that. You just hit the thing. I was going to do it, but
All right, my bad. All right, everybody. So here we go. We're going to start off with the usual slide to talk about the Altadena Community Center, which serves as the survivor support location. There's several units that are actually going to be there: services, FEMA, SBA, DCBA, treasurer and tax collector, as well as the assessor's office. They're available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, the one in Los Angeles is actually going to close in 2 days, but the one in Altadena is still going to stay open, and they're going to have the folks still there. Now, if you want a list of the complete support services that are going to be there, you can go to dcba.lacounty.gov and /Altadena-Center, or you can scan the QR code. And the address of the Altadena Community Center is 730 East Altadena Drive in Altadena. And if you would like to call them, it's at 626-398-6174. Oops, went to the wrong side. Here we go. And as usual, the next slide is discuss the One Stop Permit Center located at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210. They have walk-up hours from 8 a.m. to 4:30, and you can also set up an appointment for either an individual appointment or a small group for a rebuild consultation. They have those available Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., as well as Saturdays from 8 to noon. And then you can also set up an appointment with Southern California Edison's Planner, and they have those slots available for on Mondays and Wednesdays only from 8 a.m. to noon. And in order to actually set up your appointment, you would go to the website recovery.lacounty.gov /rebuilding /one stop permit centers. And there is a link for you to schedule the appointment once you get to that page. Excuse me. And as you know, or if you didn't know, LA County is waiving and refunding permit fees for homeowners rebuilding after the fires. They will be refunding to those homeowners who have already paid their fees. And for those who have not yet paid their fees, those fees will be waived. To qualify, an applicant must demonstrate that they both owned and lived in the property prior to January 7th, 2025. In addition, the properties that are eligible for the fee waiver is those are the single family homes that were destroyed by the fires, and this does include accessory units and structures, rather, such as garages, ADUs, and pools, etc. It also includes standalone ADUs for temporary occupancy during the rebuilding. Those not eligible are commercial properties, rental, multifamily, or temporary housing projects. In addition, those properties that were not damaged by the fires. Now, in order to get this refund or to have the waiver, you do have to fill out a form, and the form is the fire rebuild waiver or refund form. You can get that by going to um, recovery.lacounty.gov/fee waivers and refunds, or you can scan the QR code. Excuse me. Once you get the form, you can fill it out, and you can either submit it via email to recovery@planning.lacounty.gov, or you can submit it in person to the permit center. Nice thing is that you only need one form because it covers all departments, and there is no need to submit multiple times or to multiple agencies. Now, kind of along the lines of the permits, since we are on this topic, and Toni had mentioned when she had come on yesterday, she was talking about how many permits were issued and what have you. If you go to recovery.lacounty.gov, which is a place you can go to get all this information, but if you go to /rebuilding /permitting progress dashboard, then you're going to be able to see. I just took a screenshot this morning of what this actually looks like. So it shows how many homes have been damaged, the estimate, and that's 6,112. Damage or destroyed units. I'm sorry, the 6,112 are the parcels, so it's the actual land. The 6,785 number is the actual units destroyed, so that's houses, uh, um, garages, ADUs, all those are considered units. Rebuild applications received, there's only been 1,226 applications received. Zoning reviews, there's 828. Building plan reviews in process, 725. And there's been 120 building permits issued. And of those, 58 new residential average business days. Oh, it's 58 days on average to get the permit issued. So if you go to this website, there's a bunch more information you could take a look at, but you can kind of keep up with this as well. I'll periodically, um, show this. As you can see at the bottom, it shows it's refreshed several times daily, unless noted otherwise. So, you know, if I don't do this every day, I'll go ahead and do it maybe once a week. But that is a great place for you to go to get this information if you're interested to know how many permits have been issued and what the progress of this stuff is.
That's great information.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a lot of stuff out there. It's kind of hard to determine what to show and what not to show. A lot of the stuff I put to the group so that people have access to it right there at the group. But I thought I'd put this up here because we've talked about it's come up in topic, the number of permits and what's going on. So I thought it'd be good to show this now. So we're moving on to the CalAssist Mortgage Fund. Remember, this is to allow you to get relief from mortgage payments. And this is for 3 months of mortgage payments up to a total amount of $20,000. The funds, go ahead and apply today because the funds are limited and they don't have to be repaid and it's free to apply. Another thing to note is that the grants are paid directly to the mortgage servicer, so you don't touch them at all. Go straight to who you pay your mortgage to. And they'll be awarded to eligible applicants as long as funds are available. To be eligible, your primary residence must have been destroyed or considered uninhabitable due to a qualified disaster from the 1st of January 2023 to the 8th of January 2025, which obviously includes the Eaton fire. The other eligibility requirement is you must own and occupy a home with up to 4 units on the property, and you must meet the income limits in total of $140,700. If you do qualify, you're going to have to be prepared to provide mortgage statements, proof of income, homeowners insurance or a FEMA claim, your bank statements, as well as utility bills. Now, to actually apply, you go to calassistmortgagefund.org, and there is a pronounced button that says apply on it. And if you need help with the application process, you can call 1 800 501 0019. That's Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or if you want actual in-person assistance, you can go to the Altadena Community Center, again located at 730 East Altadena Drive, and get in-person help from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is being provided, and this is Monday through Friday. This is being provided by Neighborhood Home Services. The new postal counter at Webster's is open now, and it accepts mail and package drop-offs. It has prepaid box services, flat rate mailing supplies, and it sells forever stamps. This is located at Webster's Community Pharmacy, which is at the Chase Plaza, located at 2333 Lake Avenue in Altadena. We'll skip that one. That was the community update that was yesterday. Actually, on our community group, there's a post that actually shows the times that different topics were discussed, so you could actually go back and take a listen to it. Now, for this, it's bigger than us. Group is actually providing clear vision ahead. It's free eye exams and glasses for those impacted by the wildfires. It's located at the Hub, Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza, Suite 224 through 226, and that address is 3650 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. The things that are provided are free vision screenings, free on-site refractions or eye examinations, free prescription glasses, as well as referrals to an eye care specialist if needed. And to make an appointment, you would go to bit.ly/clear vision ahead. Now, the Hub is going to be available from 12 to 4 p.m. And the next couple dates available for the eye exams are the 13th of August as well as the 20th of August. One thing to note, though, is you do have to provide proof that you're still impacted by the fires, and to qualify, families must show that they are still directly and significantly impacted, and proof of long-term fire impact is required. All adults must register individually while in person at the Hub, and for dependents, proof of relationship is required, such as a proof of a photo of a birth certificate or insurance card, etc. If you have any questions about your eligibility or what documents qualify for verification, please don't hesitate to email help@itsbiggerthanusla.org. The LA Fire Justice Group has the last of a 4-part workshop series designed to provide a roadmap and answer your questions about rebuilding the process. This last one is today, July 29th. It's going to be located at the LA Fire Justice Office at 221 East Walnut Street, Suite 100. Refreshments are going to be provided, and the opening remarks begin at 6:30, with the guests beginning at 6:45, followed by a Q&A at 7:30. LA Fire Justice has multiple projects or things that are going on. In fact, on Mondays, or I'm sorry, every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at their offices, again, 221 East Walnut Street, Suite 100. They have a coffee chat where you're able to come and just discuss anything that you feel is necessary, meet the fire justice team, ask questions, discover support services that can help you in the community. Also on Thursdays, but later in the afternoon from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. at Pinocchio's Pizza. This is located at 1449 North Lake Avenue. You can go up there and they have business chats. Now, this is designed for those who have existing businesses and they have questions about what's going on, how they're affected, and what have you. And then lastly, this is on a monthly basis, the first Monday of every month. From 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at their offices, they have Mental Health Mondays, where they actually have a workshop or a program designed to help families and victims with their mental health. So definitely take advantage of this. And so, let's see here. Morning Star Baptist Church, along with Pasadena Organization for Progress and Community Job Center and Altadena Rebuild, and a couple other great programs. They actually have a panel discussion with NOMA, which is the National Organization of Minority Architects, whose mission is rooted in rich legacy of activism. They're going to offer residents practical guidance on what does an architect actually do, how to find the right architect for you, what to expect during the design and building process, and lastly, bringing your vision to life with the community in mind. This is going to be on Wednesday, tomorrow, July 30th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. with the doors opening at 6:30. It's going to be located in Morning Star Baptist Church, located at 980 East Rio Grande Street in Pasadena. This looks like it should be a pretty good event with a lot of good architects discussing all the topics mentioned below. And as we've mentioned before, Monday through Friday through August 15th at the Jefferson branch and Villa Park branch from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. They are offering the free lunch at the library service, where they're providing those free healthy meals for children ages 0 to 18 with no registration required. In addition to those locations, the main library branch at 600 Mariposa is actually doing the same thing. They're open from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and they're only going through the 1st of August. But again, this is a great service for free meals for kids and teens 0 to 18. Now, the folks at Good Neighbor Bar have a pop up schedule, and they are actually having something each of the days of the week, except for Monday, it looks like. They're located at 2311 North Lincoln Avenue. I'm sorry, Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. So, as you can see, tacos on Tuesdays, it's Taco Tuesday, and shop with Taco Casa and Sideca. And this is from 5 p.m. to 8. So, go on and get your tacos tonight. Looks like Wednesdays are going to be Wine Wednesday, and that is actually coming soon. Thursdays have Triple Bean Pizza. Fridays, Shucks Oysters. Saturdays for the win, it's Smash Burgers. And Sunday is Maya Thai. Or that's coming soon for Sundays. So definitely check them out. This is one of those situations where we definitely want you to participate and keep the local businesses thriving. So if you still live in Altadena, obviously it's easy for you to come on down. But if you've been dispersed and displaced, why don't you plan to pick an evening and just come on back and support the business? Then we have the LaundryTruckLA.com supporting the community members impacted by the fire. So we have today is the next service that they have available, which is at the Pasadena Sierra Madre YMCA, located at 611 East Sierra Madre Boulevard. The drop off for your laundry is from 10 to 12. There are two tomorrow. One is at Altadena Adventist Church, 2609 North Lincoln Avenue. And then Wednesdays at First AME Church, 1700 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. The drop-off hours for those two locations is 9 to 11 a.m. So what you do is you drop off your laundry, and in a couple hours they wash, dry, and fold it, and it's a great service if you need it. And tomorrow, as it is with every Wednesday, We Out Here Market.
We out here.
I never know when you're going to say it. So
I'll wait till you say
it. They're actually going to be, so every Wednesday they're up at the world famous Fair Oaks Burgers at 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure you bring your proof of your Altadena residency, which is your photo ID. And you can actually come and get some of the items that are available, such as fresh fruits and veggies, shelf-stable foods, hot foods, clothes and shoes, hygiene products, face masks, legal advice, resource booths, and much, much more. And if you're interested in donating, sponsoring, or partnering with We Out Here Market, please reach out to Miss Juicy Little at gmail.com. And the Paseo and Soul to Soul Productions presents the free pop up jazz event at the Paseo Summer Series. So this Thursday, oh, you know what? I put up the wrong slide. My apologies. I had swapped these out. Hold on.
Oh no,
Well, I'll get back to that in a minute. I'm sorry. There is another one coming up, and I just don't have it in front of me. So my apologies on that. So next,
slacker.
so the next one is concerts in the park. The 28th annual concert series put on by the Rotary Club of Altadena in cooperation with the LA County Parks and Rec. It's going to be at Loma Alta Park at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue, starting at 7 p.m. and it's completely free. So this weekend is going to be Mariachi Divas, and then the following weekend, the last of the series, is going to be Upstream. Then we also have the Legacy Summit workshops on generational wealth building. This is going to be this Saturday, the 2nd of August, from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., located at the Pasadena Hilton, 168 South Los Robles in Pasadena. They're going to be discussing family estate planning, home buying, and real estate 101 workshops, legacy talks, discussions about not selling and actually rebuilding your home. Community resources will be available, as well as disaster resource assistance. If you want to register, you go to NHS, that stands for Neighborhood Home Services, lacounty.org. So nhslacounty.org/legacy summit. And then also this Saturday, the Altadena Sheriff Station is sponsoring the National Night Out. It's a police and community partnership at Lower Loma Alta Park, 3330 North Lincoln Avenue, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's an opportunity for you to connect with the local sheriffs, and they can, work and discuss stuff with the community. And this Sunday, we have the Altadena Rebuild Trade Show. It's going to be from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Loma Alta Park, again, 3330 North Lincoln Avenue, where you're going to be able to see, touch, and explore what's possible after the Eaton fire. The Altadena Rebuild Trade Show brings together resources, ideas, and inspiration to help rebuild affordably and confidently. I believe this is the last slide, but this is also taking place on Sunday, August 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's the DINA Community Backpack Giveaway at the Rose Bowl. You can scan the QR code to actually register. And it looks like, if you actually need a backpack, your kids need a backpack for going back to school, they'll get a nice looking one full of supplies. So definitely take advantage of that if you can. Yep, that's the last one. Let me bring B back. There we go. So B is back, and as I indicated, I'm gonna glide on out of here for a second. I'm hoping to come on back and see you guys in a minute. Thanks for listening. I'll be right back. Take it over, B.
I will. Thank you very much. And looks like I'm going to be doing it by myself for a while. I was in the process of doing these last minute shares uh, because I want to make sure that everybody is informed of what we're trying to get accomplished here, or actually, you be able to see the slides and the announcements and things of that nature. So, last little tidbits, and then because so normally when he's doing the slides, I'm in the background doing the shares. So we kind of, as a team effort, we try to get this done so that while we're live, you'll be able to see it, and if you weren't, you'll be able to see the message in your messenger, so that you will be able to at least catch up on what you missed out on. And sometimes it's hard for me to talk and do this at the same time, so I'm almost done. We're going to be having some assistance in here pretty soon. So we are now in our new office. I know I'm not looking at you guys right now. That's so rude. I was getting on Brandon about that the other day. I'm not looking at the camera. So now you have my undivided attention. And there's a lot of things coming up in uh, August, which is practically 3 days from now. I would say 3 days from now. And this month has gone by really fast. In fact, when I first came to this office and started working, the day went by so quick that I was like, that can't be, because when I was working from home, it seemed to drag out. Or maybe it was the environment, I don't know. But, you know, we now have a window office. Is aesthetically good on the eyes. You can actually stare into space now and see Linda Vista. And a couple other things. So we have still waiting for our steps to come in to let us know what we can do with our donation, because we really want to do a lot for the community. We just have to make sure that we stay within compliance. As I showed you all yesterday, we are fully compliant on Candid. And if you're a nonprofit, so that's going to be one of the topics that I'll probably pick a day to discuss on, in regards to how to set your nonprofit up, how to set your business up, how to be compliant, how to qualify for grants, and make yourself actually be found on these grant sites so that you'll be able to take advantage of what they have to offer. Now, as I've mentioned before, there are 350 nonprofit foundations in Pasadena that by law have to dole out 5% of their revenues. Most of them have over 500 million in revenue. So that equals out to 25 million that they're obligated to give out each and every year. Now, the best way to go about getting grants from a particular organization is to get to know people on their staff and the board of directors. The first thing I do when I want to get a grant from a particular foundation that's offering a grant is I go look at their board of directors. Do I know anyone? Second, I go look at their staff. Do I know anyone? Am I familiar with some of their work? You know, you have to have something that's going to break the ice in order for you to get them to actually see that you're a colorful dot in the sea of dots that are actually applying for these grants on a regular basis. Now, don't think that just because you apply to this grant that you're the only one, or that you only need to apply for one. You should, at minimum, apply for one a day. So that means you should be doing your due diligence and researching what the grant details are. So don't, if you have a sober living nonprofit, don't go looking for child grants. You know, look at the details so that you can see if it's aligned with your mission and vision statement. Because if it's not, you're pretty much wasting your time doing that. So I'm going to be doing a series of videos starting next month, which is actually in about 3 days. So we'll probably pick one of the Wednesdays or Thursdays to have this as a regular topic, probably Wednesdays, because Toni is usually, we should reserve Tuesdays and Thursdays for her to bring on different guests. I would like to see if I can set up some interviews with some of the nonprofits. So that's what I'm going to be reaching out to them to do, not necessarily the ones I'm going to be applying to, because that would be biased. Excuse me. However, I would like you all to keep in mind that the information that we provide to you should be utilized to the best of your ability so that you'll be able to capitalize on all that is offered. I will teach you how to get set up on certain platforms. I will go through my website and show you where to go to start your nonprofit, what you got to do initially. And mind you, I'm only focusing on California nonprofits. So if you have a nonprofit out of state, only the IRS portion of it will apply to you. Everything else will be based on California only. I will be talking about how fiscal sponsorship works, so that in case you are just a local nonprofit and not necessarily registered with the IRS to get your determination letter, how you can fall up under someone else's credentials to become fiscally sponsored. So there will probably be grants that you're looking for, and you only have the local set up. You should reach out to nonprofits that are fully vetted and fully compliant and see if their missions and vision statements align with yours to see if you would now become what do you call it, physical fiscal sponsor. Yeah, I'm telling you, Marcus, it's next week. In fact, 2 weeks. Yeah, you're right. 14th or something. So yeah, about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. But yeah, man, it's just wanted to. I threw original underground media under the bus because Brandon is actually going to be coming to the office starting Wednesday to run the show from the background, so I don't have to be doing all this stuff and looking around and all that. I really love to be able to talk to you, captivate you by looking at the camera, so I can delve deep into your soul with the news. Anyway, we appreciate everybody participating. If you can help us out by sharing this podcast and others to your friends. A lot of people say, well, I'm not available between 10 and 12. Well, the thing stays on our Facebook pages for 30 days. So you could actually go look at it whenever you wanted to. And if it does disappear after 30 days, you can always go to one of our YouTube channels, either youtube.com/ at Brian Bacchus or youtube.com/ at AltadenaTalks. I really prefer for you to go to AltadenaTalks. We're just using our pages because we have a following, and so we're trying to get everyone to follow AltadenaTalks because next year we will be focusing on just going live from that page. So we're trying to build up the followers on there. So please share that page as well. I will put our hashtag and Altadena Talks profile on here as well so that you can always find us. We always put our hashtags on everything. So please feel free to follow those. Those are up on the screen now. Just type that in Google or Safari or whatever, and you will be directed to something that we do. As I was talking about before, one of our goals was to create a resource hub, and we have now procured some office space so that we can do just that. Our soft opening or soft grand warming, whatever you want to call it, will probably happen in about 2 weeks, closer to the 15th. Let me look at the dates. We will probably be making those announcements on the 1st, so that'll be the 15th. And then the actual one will happen after Labor Day, so that it's probably going to be on the 2nd of September or the 9th, depending on when Labor Day happens. I don't know yet, so I haven't seen the calendar. But thank you all for always putting us in your schedule to be able to give you the information that you need to have to survive this thing called Rebuild Altadena. I know that there's 6,600 homes and another 3,000 structures that are going to need plenty of construction workers and journeymen and handymen and whatever you can do in construction. A lot of these builders are going to be hiring. A lot of them have come on the show and spoke about hiring you. You know, they all want to give everybody an opportunity to make some money and be part of this historic rebuild so that you could be proud to say, I helped build those 5 homes or those 10 homes. So we will be having, I think we already have a link on our website, AltadenaTalks.com, in case you want to volunteer also as well. So we would love to see you out there. We try to come out to every event that we announce. Now that we are centralized back in Pasadena, we can now get to these events. I know I was displaced all the way out to Santa Clarita. It's too difficult for me to really, after the podcast and we do our post conversation, to actually get up and have the motivation to drive all the way to Pasadena and then back later. So I opted for, let's get out here at 7 in the morning and let's leave at 10 o'clock at night so that we can make ourselves available for those that need to talk, that need to vent, that need to get things out. We also do encourage you and extend an invitation for you to be able to come on the show and talk about what your experience is. I'm going to do a special invite out to all of the groups, the moderators and admins that have been allowing us to share our podcast on their shows, to please reach out so that we can get you on the show and talk about what you've been going through. I mean, this is the whole point of Altadena Talks. It's not Brian, Toni, and Jamal and Marcus and Brandon talk. It's the community. We want you to come on here. This is what this show was created for. This podcast was created out of my losses, and I used it as therapy to vent out my frustrations, and it turned into something special. And now I wanted to be special for you all. So we're going to start probably seeing if we can share it to what's that thing called? Next door. I always call it Animals Next Door because that's the majority what you see is webcam animal video. The bear came up and sniffed the doorbell. Raccoons are walking by like they were going on vacation. An occasional mountain lion. I was up in Altadena driving up Maiden Lane the other day and had a friend of mine with me who is not from Altadena. And I'm driving around saying, yeah, my friend used to live right there. That house burned down and this happened. And oh, there's a bear. And I kept on going. And he goes, did you just nonchalantly say that there's a bear? I said, dude, we live in the vicinity of the mountains. They're right there. So you're going to see bears, mountain lions, deer, raccoons, coyotes. Most of them will be in your backyard. So if you have fruit trees, they're definitely going to be in your backyard. And if you had a pool and it's hot, they're definitely going to be in your pool. So this is what we invaded nature's space, and nature is just paying us a visit every now and again. But if you notice that majority of the fire started and took out all of the mountainous areas. So the animals are now coming down into our residential areas and trying to find food. Please don't feed the bears. Please don't feed them. Do not leave food out. They will come back to your house every day. It's not like they're stupid or have bad memories. They're going to remember what side of the bread was buttered on what street. So, pay attention to that and be aware. I would not hike the trails. They just put a fence up on the trail up at the top of Rubio Canyon, Rubio Crest. I was up there filming the other day when I was making some content, and some people came up and said, are we allowed to walk up the trails? I said, enter at your own risk. You look like you don't have any weapons with you. You might need to carry a little big stick or a cane or something, because if these animals are hungry and you look like a walking meal, they're going to attack you. They don't normally do that. But remember, you don't normally see them on hikes. They're basically generally afraid of people. If anything is standing taller than them, that's why bears get up on their hind legs to usurp authority. But if you do the same thing, they kind of get scared off. Now, I'm not saying start acting like you can scare the bear off, but at any last resort, you might be able to get away with that part of it so that you will be able to escape. So I'd like to give a special shout out to the Altadena Collective who's joined, Mr. KJ the Investor. Smack Your Auntie is a regular. How you doing, Smack Your Auntie? She said, hey, y'all. I'm probably going to put those posts up later. And we're glad you guys, find us invaluable with the information. We try to make sure that we announce everything we can. We don't find everything. So if you do see something, please send it to us on info at AltadenaTalks.com. That's not the nonprofit site. That's the actual site where you can send things to for the podcast. Our nonprofit is, let's see. Okay. So I got it. I saw it, brother. I saw the message, and rightfully so. But you can always go to our website. I'm going to probably go over here and show you what our website looks like. let me pull it up real quick so that I can move it over here so that I can bring it up on the screen so that I can take you through it. This way, share screen. So this is our Altadena Talks website, and this is where you can go see episodes of the podcast, find out who we are. When you go to the episodes, it pretty much gives you everything up to date, except for right now show that we did that we're doing right this second. Um, so we got episode 138. I think they take 24 hours to go up there. I'm gonna have to go see how I have that schedule. But we mostly have our audience on Facebook. So when you go here and you see 6 views or 3 views or whatever, we're not focused on YouTube. We don't do advertisement because we're a nonprofit being powered, or a podcast being powered by the nonprofit. So we try not to spend unnecessary money. However, we are part of Google for Nonprofits. So they have extended a $10,000 ad campaign per month. So we will be taking advantage of that next month. And just wanted to give you the breakdown to fill in so you can see any one of our older shows right here. And it goes to, it pretty much has all of them here. I think up to about 50. So we try to go out and captivate the event so that you won't have to if you can't get to them. Special shout out to the people who do watch the shows and actually come up to the events. If you do come up to the event, you found out by us, and you see us there, come up and say hi. We'd love to take a picture with you and put it on the podcast. I am behind now in majority of my setups of the events that we've been to and done. So bear with me. Help is on the way. Staff is coming aboard. Majority of it volunteer staff. So we appreciate everyone that's reached out to be able to help us out. So majority of the time you'll be able to come here to see our events. We will be updating this site. Actually, most of this is now on the nonprofit site, which I'll take you over to. So that when you go to events here, they're a little bit more organized and categorized. So of course, I need to go update stuff, but as you can see, here are the different events that we've actually participated in and been invited to, and it goes all the way back to when we first started with the Black History Month Festival in February. So please check out these events. If you want to see where we are financially, you can go here, and then you can actually see the annual report, which I'm going to be updating with some new documentation today. You can download the annual report. You can see our certification here, and you can see where your donation goes with the programs that we're sponsoring. So we got 4 major programs. Of course, the Altadena Talks Daily Podcast, which we do every day. Then we have the community town halls and civic forums where we go and attend and also give. We've done, I think, 2 or 3 so far. We will be doing more closer to the end of August, so stay tuned for that. And also, keep all this stuff abreast so I can see how things are looking aesthetically. When you run the show by yourself, you really have to pay attention to a lot of stuff. So I'm just trying to keep as much eye contact with you while I'm trying to dart around. But we also have a program that we're going to be launching for seniors and also Spanish speaking residents so that we will be able to reach everyone. Basically, no one should be left out regardless. You're a resident, you should be able to participate. And one of our flagship programs is going to be the Youth Media Storytelling Initiative, where we're going to be bringing youth aboard and showing them how to go about, and I still got to fix that picture, but we're going to be having a 3 12-week cycle programs where in 12 weeks you learn how to become a production assistant, become a cameraman, become an interviewer, become an interviewee, how to work cameras, how to work your phone in such events, what types of tools you need that are accessories like selfie sticks, wireless mics, and stuff like that. So we do a lot of testing of these things so that we can make sure they work, so we can show you how that works in layman's terms really quick. So, the first part is going to be media skills boot camp. Second one is going to be community engagement and coverage. And the third 4-week one is going to be your capstone project and showcase. So you're going to show, in order to get the certificate, you're going to be creating a project, and you're going to do it from start to finish. So this is going to be, each one is going to be separate, or you can work up into groups of 3. Since it's only going to be 15 members. So we're looking forward to that, and hopefully we can get that going. And you can actually help us support this program by your generous donation. So you can click that last button at the bottom that says how we support, and then you can come here, and there are several options for several weeks of promotion. So all of them the first 2 are going to end in August weekly. So all you do is click on one if you want to donate $75 or $100, or you can just put whatever you want down here. That's great too. Everything helps. And when you do that, when you come to do a donation, you will see your name, unless you opt out, your name will appear underneath your donation or next to your donation. So I'm just waiting for this to pop up. So these are what we started off with, test it out. As you can see, people are donating. Style Click Media was the beginning sponsor for the nonprofit, funding it and actually providing the camera equipment and everything that we needed to get started. Mrs. Jacqueline Bailey was one of our first donors every time. So she believes in our podcast, and she wants to see it keep being produced. So, and you also get a tax receipt when you do it through this platform for a deduction through your business or your personal taxes. So we try to make sure that everything is on the up and up so that you're able to follow along, keep track of everything, and try to help us get at least some information back into the community so that they can participate. One of the things I just found out was about the Altadena Dining Club, and I want to see if I can pull that up right quick. They're actually the next place they're going to be is find it. And I found this out through What's Up in Altadena page. Special shout out to them for asking a lot of questions of everyone yesterday as to who knew who. We were actually thrilled to know that people do know about us that were on that page. And this, if you want to join this and you're an Altadena resident, please feel free. This is the way for everyone to get together over a meal and discuss different things. Eventually, I'm going to reach out to the admin and see if we can actually probably go live with the podcast from one of the events so that you can actually see what goes down. I know they take a lot of pictures and everything, but that would actually be nice if we could do something similar to that. So I believe the next one is, well, they're going to be, this was last week, so that was already done. And I think this is one of the announcements that he made today. Sunday, on this Sunday from 1 to 4 is King's Breakfast and Burgers, which is funny because they're one of my marketing clients. So I definitely know I'm going to be at that one. So if you guys want to come out there and check that one out, that one's Sunday at King's Breakfast and Burgers. So if you haven't joined, join so that you can find out when the scheduled dining out events are happening. This is a good way to meet new residents that you didn't know before, and probably run into some of the old ones that you already know. So, yeah, I think I thought it was cool too, Marcus, that it's something that people can now go back and actually participate in, as we discussed, rebuilding. Oh, and by the way, I was just at uh, Abu Kebab for my roommate's celebration of life for our beloved dog Jasper. He passed away on what was the date that just went by? Labor Day, Memorial Day, and we had a celebration of life for him at Abu Kebab. Special shout out to Serge for providing the refreshments. He has some really good food there. He has some really good food, so you need to check him out. That's Abu Kebab on Lake, across the street from El Pollo Unico and Starbucks. So he provided the place for us to utilize to show the slideshow. And I ran into Chris, who is the owner, Chris Larson, who's the owner of um, the Rancho. And I asked him the most important question that everyone asked me to ask him, and that is, are you coming back? And he said, absolutely, he's coming back. He said it's probably going to take 2.5 to 3 years because they go through a different process than residents. They're not exactly streamlined like in permit values as it. But I suggested maybe do a two-story bar. He told me there were some zoning situations, and I'm like, I don't know why, because there's two or three ones right next to you that are two-story. So maybe we can figure that out. But I would like to see it come back because that was the local watering hole. That's where we all went. That's what we. That's how we met up with people. When we did high school reunions, we would all meet up there for the meet and greet. You know, the drinks were cheap. It was affordable, and it was a great atmosphere. And it's right on the other side of the Altadena Sheriff Station, so there was never any problem because they'd be there like that. So just wanted to give a special shout out to Chris for giving me that updated information. And is there anybody that wants to give me any things to shout out or anything? Because I don't really have much to say today. This is normally Toni's show, so we're filling in for her today. But I just wanted to see if anybody had any questions, had any inquiries that they would like to discuss. And I see Stoller with JoJo has come on. Thank you very much for joining us on Instagram. We do broadcast on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Soon to be on Apple TV, Amazon Prime. We're not just laying down on you all. We're trying to spread the word and get more reach of Altadena residents. I'm not really trying to reach LA or any other place. I'm just basically concerned about our town, and if Palisades, Malibu, and Hollywood Hills can get something out of this podcast, that's great too. But what we're trying to really be is a prototype for disaster recovery, period. We would love for somebody in the San Antonio floods to have stepped up and started doing something where when the local media disappears, it can still keep going. I mean, it was hard work to get to 140 episodes. Hard work. We have to do dedication. We have to come on at the same time. That's why we say 10ish. We only really take it seriously to come on time when we have a guest because we want to be cognizant of their time spent with us. And overall, we're just trying to be the voice of Altadena on the media airwaves. So if you have anything that you want to talk about in regards to Altadena, and it doesn't have to necessarily be talking about the rebuild. It could be talking about the Altadena Dining Club. It could be talking about what's going on What's Up Altadena. It could be talking about what My Tribe Rise is doing. We try to make these announcements so that people can continue to come together and fellowship with each other in an atmosphere that is conducive to what our goals are for the whole town. So I've talked enough today. Is there anyone out there that has anything they want me to shout out, say? I normally would have a couple of videos. I'm behind in that, but we're now in an environment where I can actually be conducive for getting things done. So if you have anything, let us know. Send it to info@AltadenaTalks.com, and we will be answering those emails and taking your suggestions and inquiries seriously. So, with nothing else to be done or said, this is probably going to be one of our shortest podcasts in the last few weeks. I mean, we've had some that have gone 3 hours. We had one that we did live at the pre-ST event that went 4 hours. Yes, we learned a lot about that event. We learned that I got to keep the mic away from me when I already have a mic on my shirt, right? I also got to make sure that we be cognizant of how close the camera is to the speakers. Because when we were trying to capture the guitars that was playing, it came out so distorted because number one, there was no sound check. We do this show on the fly. It's all natural. No B5 products, no fillers, no Botox, no liposuction, just straight raw coming at you. So we will be talking to more people that we have had on the show. I'm pretty sure we're going to be bringing JoJo back. We're going to be bringing Prasanna back. I would like to speak to. I do have one guy that I'm going to schedule. Um, Buck, he's doing a daily documentary of the Altadena fires. He was on day 194, I think. I don't know what day it is now. Could be 200 or something like that. I can't wait to see that. I also can't wait to see the documentary that we did with the National Geographic. That should be coming up soon too. Uh, there's a lot of things that happened during the fires that were so low key that we were told not to announce it until later. So I can now proudly announce the National Geographic project because it's now in August. They were supposed to release it in June, and now they even sent us the pictures and everything, but they swore us to secrecy that we can't show them until they actually debut them, which I respect their wishes. So, with that being said, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. And we hope that you will be able to continue to participate with us as we go into our fourth season. As you know, we do a season with us equates to 50 episodes, and we are now almost there for the fourth episode, which is going to entail us really more so getting out into the event thing, situation of things. Now that we're actually back in the hub of the city, we will be letting you know. So stay tuned for all the things that we're about to bring you, and just the quality of the show. We're improving every day. I got a new camera that I can't wait to test out in season 4. It's AI driven, so I could give you a taste now, but it would ruin the aesthetic of what we have going right now. So um, once again, thank you, appreciate you, and continue to come to us to find out all things Altadena as we comb the sites of the Altadena groups that are doing things that are helping to improve Altadena. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and I hope you have a good time for the rest of your day. Peace.